What's going on, Socialites? Welcome back to another Global Pokemon Society Series 8 doubles ranked battle. So we're still taking the Mamoswine team out, pushing to Master Ball. So leaving off where we left off yesterday. Um, Mamoswine did some good work, but we're going to see it really start steamrolling in these next few games. Hopefully probably have one more video come out tomorrow to close out Series 8, and we'll reach Master Ball. But yeah, definitely thank you all for the support. We're so close to 500. Maybe we even hit it before this video comes out. This will be coming out a little later today from when I'm recording, so maybe we already hit it. But thank you guys so much for the support. Let's get our team going here. If we can find a trainer. Here we go. We got somebody. Chris. Alright, so looking at his team, very interesting team to say the least. I don't know what Rhydon's doing. I am not afraid of this team at all. We got Urshifu, which just smacks the Calyrex with a Choice Band Sucker Punch, and Kyogre just seems to destroy everything else. So this might not be a Mamoswine game here, but I definitely think like Kyogre Urshifu could be pretty strong. Unless he leads with the Torkoal. Maybe Thunderous Urshifu to start and put Kyogre in the back. Because he does have that Hitmontop, which we can assume has Intimidate. We could also leave Urshifu in the back, just because it is just a click the button, kill Calyrex, so we're not like too worried about it. Yeah, so let's go with Mamoswine here instead and put Urshifu and Kyogre in the back, because we know that we're gonna clean up with them, especially if we can bring Kyogre in after Torkoal's either been dealt with or Torkoal's already on the field, so that we have the weather control. But yeah, this team, I mean, Calyrex is strong, don't get me wrong, but the rest of his team, I'm not too worried about. It's either Calyrex or the Charizard that's going to sweep, and we have plenty of stuff to take care of Charizard. Okay, so he leads off with Torkoal. But we're going to get a nice Defiant boost here. One of the things I like about this team is we have a lot of physical attackers, but when you look at Defiant from Thundurus, isn't affected by Intimidate. Oblivious on Mamoswine isn't affected. Wicked Blow from Urshifu, always critting, basically means that it's not affected by attack drops on that count. So you have a lot of Pokemon that aren't affected by Intimidate, and with Incineroar being the #1 Pokemon being used right now, I think that's a pretty key if you're not bringing like special attackers. Yeah, so Mamo doesn't have a good matchup here, so we're going to switch it out, bring Kyogre, and we're going to get Thundurus going here. So he's probably going to have to switch out his Torkoal the next turn. But again, like, if he brings in Calyrex, it's not going to eat a Water Spout very well. If he has Charizard, that's not going to survive a Water Spout. So he can either leave Torkoal in and die, and then we're in a great position, or he can switch out, and whatever he switches it into dies, and we're in a great position. So Wide Guard from Hitmontop. Wide Guard is very useful in the current meta, but not in what we're doing. Maybe he thought like a Rock Slide or something from the Mamoswine, but I would have been more expecting like a Fake Out or a Close Combat into the Mamoswine there. Because now we see that Hitmontop just dies, and Torkoal goes for the Burning Jealousy, which is actually huge for him. It's really unfortunate for us, because that burn on the Thundurus is really unfortunate. It is going to make us a lot weaker. But again, we're going to kind of force him to swap out the Torkoal here. Yeah, and he's got Charizard. So Charizard probably has to go for like a max guard here. I mean, we're still going to target it with the max lightning, but yeah, water spout. Yeah, so he switches out the Torkoal, which is the correct play on his part, but Calyrex isn't going to appreciate this water spout at all. It might even be enough to just KO. Okay, Charizard just goes for base protect. It doesn't even Dynamax. I probably would have Dynamaxed it here. But maybe he just wants to make sure that he gets the most out of his Dynamaxes. So the water spout, Calyrex actually survives. It's able to hang on, which is pretty crazy. With the speed boost though, and you see how much damage, even with the burn that did. Critical hit really helped there, of course, but we would have just knocked out Charizard if it didn't protect. And with Kyogre being Scarfed and at a +1 speed, you know, we should be in a really good position here. I'm debating who to target here. I think the lightning is just good enough. I swap out the Kyogre because I figure the Torkoal's going to be coming in. He actually swaps out Charizard, which I was not expecting. If that was the case, I probably should have just clicked on the Calyrex, but even the Astral Barrage isn't enough to KO either of our Pokemon. So now we have Ice Shard to take out Calyrex here with Mamoswine. Torkoal's got to be his max at this point. Like, Charizard is just so weak. Like, I figure that the Torkoal has to be his Dynamax. Yeah, which is what it looks like he's going for here. It doesn't make much sense to Dynamax Calyrex when it's at that low of a life total. So Torkoal would be scary if we hadn't gotten our Kyogre out of there to reset the rain in the back. Like, we're still up 4-0, or you know 4-3 right now. We haven't lost any Pokemon, and you can see that burn is really hurting us. Torkoal's such a physical tank here. There's the flare. Should be in. Isn't even able to take out Thundurus due to our Assault Vest, which is actually kind of unfortunate, right? I would have rather get Kyogre in here, but we'll just keep trying to chip away. I don't know why I doubled into the Calyrex, but I didn't want Thundurus to die to a recoil from the Wild Charge. But he goes for a Knuckle, and that'll be enough to take out Mamoswine, so he's swapping around. I think taking out Mamoswine is better. Like, the Thundurus isn't really doing much to Torkoal here. But now we're going to get Kyogre, and he's got Charizard and Torkoal. Thundurus is still alive, so we should be fine. He can protect with the Charizard, but it's not going to matter much in the long run now. Scarf Ogre doing its thing. Yep, so he goes for the Protect. The Water Spout, though, will be enough to take out Torkoal here. Torkoal does not have good Special Bulk. We're in the rain. Bop. Now, Thundurus will go down to the burn, but again, we got Kyogre and we got Urshifu. We could even just Sucker Punch. You give Urshifu a KO here. You know, spread the love. Everybody gets a KO here. You know, Thundurus KO'd Hitmontop, Mamoswine KO'd Calyrex, Kyogre KO'd Torkoal, and we can give Urshifu a KO on Charizard here. Bop. There's a Sucker Punch. Takes down Zard, and we get a pretty confident win there. Again, I want to show off the power of Mamoswine. This wasn't the game with their lead with the fire types, but we'll go to a second game here. Alright, so we're looking for a second game. (16-4), so we've been doing really good. Hopefully we'll get to rank 10 in this video, and then we can try to get to Master Ball by tomorrow's video to close out Series 8. Again, all this was over the course of 2 days, so, you know, when you find a good team and you're rolling with it, just, you know, kind of keep it up. Again, if you want to try out this team, you still got a couple days to play it out, so code will be down below. Again, it's hyper offense, so you got to kind of like know your matchups and play for your positioning. But when you start getting, you know, rolling, it's really difficult for your opponents to get back the momentum. You know, you kind of keep the momentum on your side here. I think if I was gonna change anything, like Urshifu hasn't been too great. I wouldn't even be like against Incineroar. You know, with like Darkest Lariat, Fake Out, Snarl, and either like Parting Shot or Protect. Probably another Protect. This team could use another Protect Pokemon. But yeah, just kind of focusing on that, I think would also be good. Gives you a little bit of bulk. And this team is lacking Intimidate. And Rillaboom's okay, but you could probably swap him out as well. Alright, so here we see an interesting team. Reshiram, which is good for our Mamoswine. Landorus is good for our Mamoswine. Like, this is, other than the Kartana, this is a very good Mamoswine matchup. And the Suicunes can be pretty annoying too. So I like Mamoswine here, especially as a max option, but I probably want it in the back. He doesn't have any weather control, And other than the Kartana, I'm not too worried about Kyogre, but like I think Thunderous Urshifu is a good lead because I want to kind of take out that Kartana here. That looks like it'll be his Dynamax. And then Mamoswine and Kyogre in the back. I think that looks good. Yeah, so depending what he does, if we can get off like a Choice Band Close Combat and like a Max Knuckle, that'd be pretty powerful. We'll have to see how it plays out here. Kartana is definitely a really good Kyogre answer because you don't typically run fire like coverage or anything on your Kyogre teams because you don't want the rain to weaken it further. Okay, so he does do Suicune and Kartana. So Suicune's going to set up a Tailwind, which is annoying. We could try to kill that too with Thunderous, but like I know the Kartana is going to be his max option here, so I kind of want to just try to take it out as quickly as possible. Yeah, so I swap out Urshifu here. I don't think that was the right play at all. Like, Choice Band in close combat would have done so much. We do have to respect a Max Knuckle from the Kartana. So maybe the play should have been like Max Airstream into Kartana and then Choice Band. I think would have been good with the close combat. Yeah, so we see here. Luckily, our Thunderous really does wall the Kartana. So we'll have to just see which of our Dynamaxes kind of like pans out here. But I definitely should not have switched in Mamoswine here. That was a bad play. Airstream takes Mamo down to about half, but now he's going to have the Tailwind on his side as well, so he is going to be so fast. Yeah, so I think the Airstream would have done about the same amount of damage to the Kartana, and that would have given us a speed boost to get the close combat off. And the close combat, like you saw how much a Max Knuckle did there. Like close combat with stab and 120 base power, that probably would have KO'd. And if it didn't KO, then you know the next attack definitely would. So now Mamoswine's kind of in trouble. If we max knuckled again, it would probably bring him down to about a third or a quarter health. Mamoswine's able to hang on, so we're kind of just stalling out his Dynamax. Now with that plus defense though, it's definitely going to make it harder. Yeah, so we got him down to about a third. Probably another Knuckle would do it. Just really try to get the max attack onto our Thundurus here. If he goes for another... Ice Shard, we do some really good damage there. Mamoswine's going to go down though, so now we're going to get double attacked on Thundurus because of Life Orb recoil. So we'll resist this Steel Spike. But watch this. This is super unfortunate. This is like one of those bad luck Larry games. The Scald comes out. 30%. Boop. He gets it. Unfortunate. Hate to see it. And that might actually allow his Kartana to survive this. Yeah, look at that. A sliver of health. Super unfortunate. That burn is gonna really, really hurt us. So we can Sucker Punch and Wild Charge. I think, looking back on this game, definitely should have tried to switch out Urshifu at some point to reset. We did prevent Kartonic from getting any Beast Boost though. It didn't get the KO on Mamoswine. Mamoswine killed itself, but really unfortunate with that burn, and that's going to really swing the tide in their favor. Like +2 attack, +1 speed. Thundurus would have really kind of swept this end game here. Another Scald comes out. We can take those. He's got a Wakam Berry though, so wasn't expecting that. You see even with the burn how much damage like we kind of did with that though. But we're probably dead to another Scald. His Tailwind did peter out though. So he's gonna Tailwind with the Suicune. So this should be where we switch out the Urshifu. Reshiram comes out. Like, I don't even mind a double into Reshiram, I guess. We do have Thunder Kyogre. But if he has Landorus as his last one, that would be bad. Yeah, see, I should have switched out Urshifu here. He withdraws Reshiram, which is interesting. So he does have the Landorus, which is good to know. We can't really lock ourselves into Thunder here. He's going to give us another Defiant boost, which is crazy. But yeah, think about it. If we had swapped out Urshifu here, how much better of a spot we would be in. Sucker Punch failed. We'll get a final Wild Charge off. But Urshifu is really stuck in this Sucker Punch now. Like, this is our last chance to swap him out. But now with the Tailwind up, it's going to be really difficult. Should have just tried to click the Sucker Punch onto Landorus. I think it's a 2-hit KO on Lando, and assuming he's Choice Scarf or Assault Vest, which are pretty popular. Watch this. He gets another burn. He's 2 for 2 on the Scald Burns. Hits both his Rock Slides. I tell you, this guy's got something. He's got his lucky egg with him, because like, I know something about getting lucky. You know, Jinx lovely kisses and all that, but see, now I'm just clicking Sucker Punch again anyway, so there really wasn't much of a point for a lot of this. If we hit this Origin Pulse, it might still be okay. He does get a Snarl off, which really hurts. There's a Rock Slide again. And this guy, with all the luck, of course he gets the flinch. So that's going to be basically it here. We really needed that Origin Pulse. If that connected on both, I'm pretty sure it would have KO'd Suicune. And it would have KO'd Landorus, and then it's a 2v1 on Reshiram. So you know, that's why you play those moves, that's why you play that game. So unfortunately we drop one, but we're gonna keep it going for sure. Because we still haven't shown the power of the Mamoswine, and that is what this team is all about. Like, what do you think? Would he swap out Landorus here? Probably not. Yeah, see, if he had tried to predict the Sucker Punch and swap out Landorus. Alright, so we see it was most likely Assault Vest. Earthquake, we do survive, but now it's a 2v1. I mean, maybe, like, he tries to go with a Draco Meteor and misses. Urshifu just picking up some sloppy late game KOs. Yeah, if we had either swapped out Urshifu a turn earlier maybe, or just not swapped him out that turn after, that was kind of like flip-flopped around. But yeah, so we'll get one more in for this series right here. Alright, so yeah. That's alright. We're gonna go bananas now. I'm feeling it. We're gonna go bananas. Rillaboom. Give me the bananas. I feel like I'm lying to you people saying like, oh, Mamoswine is gonna wreck some stuff, and he hasn't wrecked anything, but it's coming. I feel it. He was doing good for me the day before. He was soul crushing to the opponent. Like, how do you lose to this guy? You ever see, like, the side of Mamoswine's face? Like, he looks almost human. It's kind of eerie. It's like Uncanny Valley sort of level. Alright, Tobias, rank 9. So now we need to get a couple more to get to rank 10. So we see Palkia. I still got flashbacks, so the other day I didn't record this battle, but I was playing a game, I was like, ooh, okay, Palkia team, I can beat this. And then he set up Trick Room with Palkia. Was not expecting that. So now I'm very scared of a Trick Room Palkia. Blacephalon's interesting on this. I don't know what Blacephalon's really doing on this team. Palkia is also so good without like us having any freeze dry, or we don't have a dragon on our team. So we can't really hit it for super effective other than Whimsicott's Moonblast. But Whimsicott isn't the strongest. And you'll know that if you check out one of our upcoming Pokemon Minutes. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you catch all those. We have daily shorts that come out that break down the competitive kind of like viability and what you can expect from certain Pokemon in the competitive VGC scene at the time. So those are all good and fun, and you get all that in under a minute. All right, Tobias. Alright, so he leads off with Palkia and his own Thundurus. So, like I said, I'm afraid of this Trick Room. But I'm looking at this Thundurus, and I'm not too afraid of it. Hydro Pump from Palkia could definitely do a lot. Like, he could max Palkia here. Which is why I'm not gonna bother maxing the Mamoswine yet. Or I lie, and I just do it anyway. Pretty sure Icicle Crash would just be fine, and then I can save my max for later. Oh, well, we'll get the special defense boost. I don't know, I'm super scared of this Palkia. So I guess we, you know, in a restricted format, especially in this Series A restricted format, typically restricted formats you can bring 2 restricted Pokemon, which makes teams very, very powerful. But in this one you can only bring 1, so they really are kind of the glue to everyone's team. So if you can knock them out early. Oh, and this is great. See, he protected with Thundurus. So this is just great. We're gonna get up our Tailwind. We're gonna get a special defense boost. Wasn't even really a prediction. I mean, other than superpower, there's not too much that Thundurus can really have against us. And now, assuming we survive this Hydro Pump with this +1 special defense, I think that was clutch. Now we can just double attack to take out these Pokemon. Mamoswine does have a little bit of anti-synergy with the Whimsicott just because it takes out the Focus Sash. You could definitely probably run Cobra Berry on a Whimsicott on this team instead, and then like put your Sash on something like the Urshifu if you'd rather that be your Sash Pokemon. See, look at his face right there at that angle, at that profile. So he swaps out into the Incineroar, so that's a good switch on his end. And then he actually does a double switch, which is pretty nutty. So he's going to absorb both of these hits pretty well, actually. So he's doing a good job now stalling out our Dynamax. So the fake out seems really obvious into the Whimsicott here. Get a little bit of chip. We're going to see the leftovers on the Celesteela. Just because the fake out is so obvious here. And I'm not too worried about Incineroar because we have Kyogre in the back, which is why I'm not max quaking there. I just want to get some damage onto Celesteela. If I wasn't worried about the fake out, I would taunt into the Celesteela too, although it's probably going to be an attacking set. Yeah, so there's the fake out, which is why we went with the Helping Hand. Helping Hand is +5 priority. And how much will this max Hailstorm do? Takes out Celesteela. That's crazy. Remember, that's neutral damage, but the Helping Hand gives us the boost that we need to take it out. So now whichever Pokemon he brings out, we still got Tailwind up for another turn. There's the Thundurus. Again, I'm not worried about really anything that the Incineroar can do. I almost wonder if we Helping Hand again with an Icicle Crash. Because the Thundurus has to be his Dynamax Pokemon at this point, right? But we've seen it do Protect. So I think it might try to Protect again. And then do like a Flare Blitz into the Incineroar. Which is why I'm doing this. I'm just doing a safe play here. Yeah, so you see he goes for Protect. We've seen it, so we're not going to fall into it here. High Horsepower connects, takes out Incineroar. And now we're going to be able to get our Tailwind back up. So we're not going to be worried about the Thundurus outspeeding us. We can Icicle Crash into Thundurus here. Which even if it maxes, might be enough to KO. Alright, so there's the max. He waited as long as he could. But this is Mamoswine. Took out Celesteela, took out Incineroar. Will it be enough to take out Thundurus here? Wonder what item this Thundurus is, since it's not Assault Vest. Is it Life Orb? We will never find out, because it's dead. Mamoswine's going to faint to the Life Orb recoil, but that actually gives us another feel-good moment. Thank you for your service, Mamoswine, because Spatial Rend does not affect Whimsicott. Then we can just bring out any Pokemon we want. Doesn't matter. And he quits the battle, but yeah, so with that, yeah, we went 2 and 3 here. You definitely got to see Mamoswine in that last game, so let me know what you thought of that. Again, team code down below if you want to try it out while Series 8 is still relevant. And we'll have the last video up tomorrow.